Hi, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk. In this particular episode, we've got Andre, and we're going to be talking about taking care of our parents. Stay tuned. Okay, how we doing?
Doing good.
Well, I'm excited to talk about what we're going to talk about because I think people don't really talk about what we're going to talk about.
Nah, don't.
They don't. But I always like to introduce my guests and tell the people how we know each other.
We know each other through church. Also, your daughter was part of the worship team, which I'm a leader of. So that I think we met back, what was it, like 2 years ago? Something like that.
Yeah.
2 or 3? Yeah.
Two. Yeah, and I think also when I first bought my house, I didn't have any lawn equipment.
That's right.
And somebody has said
right.
that you had a lawn care business.
That was the first. That's right. That was the first. Because you inboxed me.
Yes. Right. But we have been going to the same church for years.
Right. Just never like we knew each other.
But we just
didn't know each other.
We didn't know each other.
Yes.
But recently, you remodeled your parents' house.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about that.
So the remodel was due to decline of their health. I'm the primary caretaker. So initially my dad, before then, they were both living in the house. It got to a point where they both have dementia. My dad has a middle to late stage. So initially I pulled him out just to give mom a break.
Yeah.
So he ended up going to assisted living. And then while mom was at home, I just started noticing a sort of odd behavior from her. Had her diagnosed now. She had dementia. So I had to move her out. And they both ended up going to assisted living facility. So I figured I had to do something with the house. So I figured, let's remodel the house. Let's bring in some income. Otherwise, it would just been sitting. So, and that's another avenue that you helped me in as well. So I definitely appreciate what you did, just showing the before and afters and all that. So that was a process. That took about maybe a year.
A year?
Yes. Because it took some time to figure out what I wanted to do and then the clean out.
Yeah.
Because they've been in the house since 1979.
So hold up. Yeah. We're not going to talk about your age, but that means...
Yeah. I didn't say I was there.
But that means you grew up in this house.
Yes, I did. And I was actually, I don't mind. I was 3 years old when they moved.
So you just gave your age. I didn't even have to.
It's all good. Like, men don't really.
I know.
But it's all good. So, yeah, that's all I know.
It's this house. So
it took some time, the emotional part of cleaning everything out. Because naturally, you don't want to throw memories away.
Right.
So you had to figure out what is important to keep, what is, important to, maybe put to the side for, other relatives if they wanted to do that sort. So that took a little bit of time.
Now, when you started to remodel the house, did you think that the parents could ever come back, or was this a clean out for like?
This was initially a clean out for good. So I didn't think they were coming back at all until once mom, when she had got her medication and everything, she actually became a little bit better because I didn't think she was well enough to come back home.
Okay.
She didn't necessarily like the assisted living because naturally she's a caretaker. So my dad was it was a little bit much. And then it was a new environment. So she was like, I'm ready to come home, which that really threw me off. But as soon as I finished the house in, I think, April or March, so before I actually rented it out, she wanted to come home. So I'm like, okay, that's fine.
So the house that you were renovating to make income, she's like, I want to come back home.
I want to come back home. And that kind of threw me off, but at the same time, I was happy, because, at least she'd given an opportunity to come back to a house that's fully renovated.
Yeah. What was that like? Did it throw her off?
Initially, I warned her beforehand. I'm like, Mom, it's totally different. I'm like, because she was mainly concerned about her things that were in the attic and the garage. I'm like, none of those things.
You emptied the house.
I completely emptied.
How'd she take it?
She took it Very well.
Okay.
Because I think she was just so stressed and had so much anxiety that she just wanted to come home. And she actually said, I don't care what's there. If nothing is there,
She just wants home.
I just want to come home.
She's been there since 1979.
Since 1979. So that's kind of all she knows since her 30s,
Her whole life.
Yeah.
So what was that conversation like with your parents to let them know we're going to an assisted living facility? What was that like?
So I had to kind of sell it, so to speak. So I had to tell my dad, because he was like, when am I coming back home? So I had to keep prolonging it to where it almost became a routine or a lifestyle that he was there. And even me trying to explain it to him, I hate to say thankfully, but the dementia kind of took more presence over anything else. So it's like the logic just didn't quite make sense.
Right.
So I told him, like, you probably won't be able to come home. This is a good facility for you. It's what's best. So he kind of took it in for a second. Then he ended up changing the subject to something else. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's the beauty of dementia, and same thing with my mom. She was convinced, like, there's nothing wrong with me. I can go back home. So I'm like, well, let's just stay here right now until she was like, I'm ready to go home. This is not
for her. Did it take them a while to understand, like, you guys have dementia and be okay with that?
I think my dad still doesn't quite know what he has. My mom, she refused to accept it. She was like, I don't claim that. I'm like, okay, we don't have to claim it. I get it.
Can name it and claim it.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, amen. So, she just knows that, she's not who she used to be, per se. But she still cooks, she can clean, she can still do functional things around the house. But I know at some point, she's going to, it's reality. She's going to decline.
Yeah.
So right now she is at home.
Yeah.
But we're now working into bringing her back. I hate to say back, but coming to my house to live. So I think that's 3 different phases. I was caretaking at their home, nursing at assisted living now.
Yeah.
Process of her coming to my house and me caretaking for her.
Because at her house, was she living alone?
Yes.
How's that? Like, she's got dementia, living by herself.
So it's not quite as bad as it sounds because she can cook and clean. But to what I do, I set up security measures. Okay. So my phone is constantly going off because she loves going in the kitchen and cooking and doing all the things. So it'd be 12 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. And
so she doesn't sleep very much?
She doesn't sleep. Well, she sleeps, but she sleeps in pockets. So it's like 3 hours here, 2 hours here. And she's always been like that. Yeah. So it's not like this is something that dementia has caused. That's always been her.
That's just her.
It's her. Yeah, she doesn't even eat. If I bring her dinner, she would only eat parts of it. So she'll eat at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
She just got it. She grazes during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you find that she progressed more at home versus the assisted living facility?
I believe she progressed more than assisted facility just because it wasn't normal to her. So to me, she seemed depressed, isolated. Yeah. To me, she's back to her normal self because she's very, I think the younger people call it spicy. So seeing that personality, but of course, I still have to caretake for her. So I'll go over there directly after work, make sure, I set up her medications, all the doctor visits, managing all of that. So it's definitely a challenge, but I'm just glad that she's here, for us to be able to caretake.
Yeah. So are your parents married?
Yes.
So they're not living together.
They're not living together.
How are they taking that? Like, how does that affect their marriage?
So I think it impacted me more than them. Because to me, as their child, I'm trying to keep them together. Yeah. So when I found out she had dementia, I'm like, okay, well, let me put you guys together. So my mom was like, she wasn't really approving of it. But then when she got home, I'm like, well, what about Dad? She was like, well, what about him? So I'm like, wow.
So I'm
like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
But thankfully, he is unaware that she's at home. So a lot of times he's thinking she's
somewhere in the facility.
So initially they had 2 separate rooms. So he had his separate room, and they would kind of come together for like meals and things of that sort. So he was always in her room. So in his mind, she's just down the hallway.
Okay.
So, but she knows she's not there. And, we do the routine visits, like once or twice.
So she visits him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's still all wifey like, let me take care of him,
and it's crazy because the staff rely on her to take care of him. So it's like he refuses to take baths. Like he's old school, so he does the they call it basin bath.
Yeah.
But the requirement at least twice a week he has to take a bath, but he will not let anyone bathe him but her. So I have to, or he'll let me. But initially I have to pick her up, take her there, and then she just automatically
gets him to do
yes
what needs to be done.
Yes. Otherwise, he's my dad is 90, so it's that old school, like, I don't want a woman looking at me, and they're like, Alistair, this is.
So he has dementia, but he
still has his faculty. So it's like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
But they think if they had a male nurse, it'd be better, but they just don't have one. So,
wow.
Yeah, so it's a challenge.
Do you find that like have it be an uncommon thing in assisted living care facilities?
What you mean? Not having
like a male nurse?
That's what it seems like. And I think even when they had him, he was shared with another facility. So they said that's something that they want to look at.
Very rare.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a lot of male nurses in that business field of like assisted living. Maybe like hospital, but not to that degree. Because they said particularly the older males are just like adamant. No, you cannot bathe me, you can't touch me.
Wow.
So they'll either call me in or my mom or my brother. But we just make it work.
Yeah. What was that like looking around for a place for your parents? 'Cause I can imagine wanting to having your criteria of what you were looking for.
Yes. So thankfully in my neighborhood, the facility is only 4 blocks from my house. So, I did the usual reviews, look at the reviews, things of that sort. So initially, I was just asking around, like, what is a good facility? And that one just happened to pop up.
Okay.
So he started out with what they call temporary respite care.
What is that?
So my mom was the primary caretaker for him. So they give the caretaker like 4 weeks, and they'll put him into a assisted living, which is where he is now, to give her a break. And that's initially what happened. I think it was like maybe the 4th trip or so. And pulling him out, that would, alleviate her, give her some rest. But then I just remember out of the blue, she called me and was like, where is my grandfather, which he had already passed years ago. And I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? He's like, I can't believe he's not here. You guys left him. And so I was like, that's all I knew.
That was a sign.
That was a sign. And this was like 1 a.m. So I'm like, so I had to go over there, calm her down, assure her that, and it's kind of hard because, all this was new to me. So I'm like.
So you thought it was just one parent. Now you got 2.
I got 2.
How does one even begin to process something like that?
I'm still trying to process it. He was diagnosed in 2022. She was diagnosed in 2023.
Oh, so pretty close back to back.
Pretty close. So I think his started around COVID. Because when COVID happened, the church shut down. He didn't really have much activity because that was his whole life. He was
church.
He was a trustee. He was clean up the church. All of the things that they look forward to. Like you figure 2 or 3 times a week, he's
remove that to 0 and being away from the community and oh my goodness,
not dressing up. That's things that they like
to do.
So I think it started back then, but I just started noticing patterns of behavior. Like he would go out and it'd take him longer to come back. And he was like, everything looks different. I'm like, what do you mean looks different? He was like, the streets look different. And I just kind of brushed it off because in my mind, my parents are healthy. They're 60. not realizing, wow, he's pushing 90 and she's in her 80s.
Getting there.
Yeah. But in her mind,
you're still a child.
I'm still 18 and they're
living out
45, 50 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like time freezes. I think a lot of times in our eyes as children, we don't realize like they're getting old and we're getting old as well. So
have there ever been, or have you heard of any cases in your family of dementia, or is this like the first of the family?
This is the first. Well, actually, it's kind of the second. So it's almost like it's present time.
Yeah.
I'm noticing my aunt has it too. Well, it seems like she has it. They're a little private with some things. So, but I can just tell from the behavior.
Yeah.
She's relatively young. She's in her 60s. So that's something that's
kind of keep an eye out for.
Right. Because now I'm getting hit on both sides. My mom as well as my dad. You know, so it's a little scary. So, you know.
Does that worry you about you? Like,
it does.
Did you think, like, is this a genetic thing that?
I asked about that and they said it could be genetic. So that's something that I actually took the dementia test back in June because like I felt like, it was almost overwhelming to me. Like I would forget things and my wife was like, why can't you remember X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, well, it's kind of hard to when you're running. And I'm not the best person when it comes to
remember stuff.
Yeah, to remember stuff and organization anyway.
Yeah.
So now it's like
that tends to be a woman's strength anyway.
Yeah, so it's like for her, it's automatic. For me, like I don't organize things at home. I don't pay bills. I don't, I'm a visionary. She's more of a, she's very
type A personality.
Yeah, so it's
that's always
totally
one.
different.
Yeah.
So, so I'm like, well, let me get checked just to make sure that I'm good. So they ran a series of tests, and then it's kind of funny. I actually knew the test because I went through the test
with the parents.
So my doctor was like, so I kind of laughed.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you passed. I said, I'm like, I think I passed because I knew the test. He was like, well,
you're like, check again.
Right. So, but no, he was like, well, that's good because you remember.
Oh,
so
okay.
Like, that's actually a good thing that you remember the answer. So I'm like, you passed with flying colors, but I was just trying to be proactive.
Yeah. So do you have to do it every so often or?
Probably not. Because like right now, I'm 49. So he was like, it's rare that it happens.
You gave your age again.
Like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, I'm 49. And he said, usually it doesn't happen until you're 60s, 70s. He said, but it can be born from stress, which is kind of what I was been dealing with the last couple of years.
And the stressor of COVID probably took that over the edge.
Yes. So it's a lot.
It's a lot. So what does life look like for you? Because from what I recall, you do a lot of ministry work at the church. You're a dad, you're a husband, you're a grandpa too.
Yes.
And you're taking care of two parents that do not live together and are both dealing with dementia. And you work like a regular job.
Yes. So initially I had my own business when it started. So I had a lot of flexibility. So I think that's what has caused me to be the primary caretaker. But it's hard to juggle all of it. So I know earlier this year I took time off from ministry, but it was just hard to do. So I took sabbatical for about a month.
Yeah.
Came back in March. Took time off from my job from May till the end of June or early part of July. So it's like just trying to find those opportunities when I feel overwhelmed.
Those pockets of away from.
Right. And, I think for me, that's what works.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like it can be a little stressful, a little bit too much because, you want to be you want to be an effective leader.
Yeah.
In all areas. Like, I want to be an effective employee. I want to be an effective husband, grandfather, still a father, son, brother, friend.
All the things.
I had a ton of hats. So at some point I know, well, back when it was all happening, I wasn't the greatest leader. I wasn't the greatest husband or, so trying to
add and to it all. Mind you, not giving you room to just be you outside of the roles that you function under.
Yeah.
Like to just be Andre. Your hobbies or whatever your interests might be.
Because people would ask me like, "What is it that you like to do?" So the only version that I know is
Stress.
right, because that's all I know. So I had to really start thinking like in my younger years, what are some things that I enjoy?
Yeah.
You know, I love playing ball. I did start doing that again, but it's almost like when you don't play a lot, it catches up with you. You know,
Pleasure 49.
or I was the one that used to laugh at the older guys stretching for
and here
an
you
hour.
are.
Now here I am stretching for 45, 50 minutes, an hour before a game.
What?
Yeah. So here we
That
are.
bad.
Yeah. That's
Catch up with you quickly.
yeah. You don't realize it. I mean, I feel like it that I don't tell my age again. 49. Still feels like I'm 29, 30.
Oh
But
my.
then when I start playing, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not 29 and 30. So
Yeah. Now, did it feel weird because you're a church kid too? To
yes.
like take time off from ministry,
Yes,
clutch your PKs, your PK pearls.
yes.
What was that like?
I'm starting to learn because I was the type that was very legalistic. Had to go to church. If you didn't go to church more than 3 or 4 times a week, you're a heathen. Like,
Welcome to the club. We're recovering Pharisees here.
Yes. So I had to reset my brain to be like, you're no earthly good. And I'm not saying that I should have, you know, took time off or whatever. I'm not making excuses, but it's like I needed that time to just, you know, go to God for direction and all those things. So even now, you know, I don't feel as guilty as I would have. Now 5 years ago, that would not have been a thought.
Yeah.
Or even 2 years ago. Now it's like, you know what? I'm going to take these pockets. So even some days that I'm not scheduled, I'm like, okay, I think I can use a day off.
Yeah.
And I think people are starting to understand. I think when they know what's going on, and
they kind of are
they're
a little bit more graceful with it.
Very graceful versus like, so with this guy, where is he at? You know, things like that. And I think as long as you have things in place,
well,
you know, I always have someone that comes in, steps in my place, things of that sort. So, and I try to do it, you know, in a way where they know. I don't just call out, hey, I don't feel like coming. Oh yeah, take care of my parents. I don't use that.
Just for context, people, because we got Mondays is off. Yes. Sometimes we got stuff Tuesdays at the church. Wednesday service,
and Thursday.
And it's not even just regular service. Sometimes you play.
Yes,
I mean, you got to be there for rehearsal.
And then Thursday
rehearsal.
And I'm on 3 different ministries now: youth, the adults, and then a prayer team.
That's right.
Which I didn't even know I was on it. Prayer, you know.
You get voluntold. You know this.
Which is cool.
Yeah. It's an honor.
So it's so then sometimes Friday we have things.
You got the prayer service sometimes.
Service, and you have to play for that.
Maybe special events on Saturday.
Maybe special events. Then Sunday, I kind of joke and say that's my part-time job because we're there. From
what time? Tell the people.
6:45
in the morning
to about 1-ish. Yeah. So it is
a lot of hours.
It's a lot of hours, but it's almost like you become used to it. But you still need a break, you know, at times.
Yes, because I did that shift for a little while.
I remember, and I think that's how we knew each other because, like, you were doing media.
I was doing media,
and you would beat me at church sometimes. Or it's like, I'm like, wow. So it would only be a couple cars in the parking lot. At 6:30, you would be one of
Sunday.
Them.
Get out at 1:30. Yes. But it's like you get used to it.
Yeah.
But then when you kind of step back, it's like, did I really spend that many hours?
Yes.
So I can see why it would have been necessary. Look, we see somebody we know.
Wow.
So
I also cut hair on the side. Like, just makes you think about
it. All right, guys, we just saw somebody we know. You think he'll say hi on camera?
Yeah, sure he would.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm actually a godfather.
Yeah.
That's my godson. So.
Yeah, let's see if he'll step in on something right here.
He's not.
I don't think he's even noticed.
No, I don't think he is. So.
But while he notices, that is so funny.
What are the chances, right?
Where 2 or 3 are gathered.
Definitely here in the midst, bro.
Yeah, it's this kid right here.
Let me see if he's
Yeah, he's actually a drum player. He's a drummer.
Yes.
At the church. Another church kid.
Actually, he is.
Who can attest to the shifts?
Definitely.
Watch this. Watch this.
Hey, Jay.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I'm like, no. Come on in. Come on in. We're doing an interview here.
What's going on?
Hey. All right. So tell the people. Hold on. You actually came in at a perfect time. We were talking about ministry life and our Sunday shifts. I want to tell the people at what time we get to the church and how long they last.
For me, I get to the church around maybe 7, maybe 6:50.
For you?
For me, on a Sunday morning, because sometimes I be going a little bit late. But ministry life it can be very, very it can be very physically and mentally taxing. But the reward is so satisfying because you get to do something that you really love to do for Christ, and it's just really fun.
And what time you get out on Sundays?
It depends what Pastor Mike doing, because sometimes he'd be having us up there just having a good time in worship. But I love it though. So
call it extended worship. So are we thinking 1:30,
sometimes 2, maybe 1:45. I remember yesterday we got up maybe 1:30.
See, we can't make this stuff up. He just pulled up
what are the
on our interview. Who can attest to what we were just talking about? Well, thank you for the cameo. Anything you want to say to the people?
I got nothing.
When I see you.
You too. I'm so sorry.
Oh, what's up?
You saw you.
Like, hey, is somebody we know?
Right. How you do that?
Yo, what are the chances? Very young.
That's why I was like, wow, I'm also a godfather. I totally forgot about that.
On that part too?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Right.
But as you see, he can attest, it's not just coming to church, that's why you had to take off.
Yeah. Really
yeah.
do. So and again, I think it's just when it's in your bloodstream, you don't realize how physically tiring it could be.
It can be.
Yeah. So and it's okay to take off. And I think in this culture with mental health awareness, I think now it's transferring to the church. And I think Christians now are aware of it. Okay.
I think they're more open to talking about it because I know a lot of Christians and a lot of Christian circles, it's all about you got to pray it away or whatever. Which there's nothing wrong. You got to pray for everything. But
I think they're more open to it now as opposed to 5 or 10 years ago. Because there was still the stigma of, you don't need a psychiatrist or a psychologist or you don't even need a counselor. You go to God.
Yeah.
It's yes, we know we still go to God, but he still uses people. He uses wisdom and knowledge and resources to help us, and I think they're a little more open to, and I think we feel it more. And I think between that and just the awareness of the culture of mental health, I think a little
taking a break because how many depressed, exhausted people did we not see in the Bible? I think of Elijah. Dude, knocked out underneath that tree. He just honey, you eat and sleep, because sometimes that's all you need to do is just eat and sleep.
Yeah, and I think we just became so it's been normalized.
Yeah.
Or you don't want the stigma of weakness. Oh wow, that means or we don't want to be looked at as different.
Especially when you're a leader.
Yeah, because it's almost like you should be built to endure. Yeah.
But then we also want the leaders to be real at the same time. But do we?
I don't think we really Some things, yes. I
We
wouldn't
say, yeah,
say,
but
yeah, kind of hard.
that's hard.
It's a fine line, I think.
Yeah,
But I think 10 and 20 years from now, I don't think it would be an issue.
that's taboo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think it starts with us first. Though.
yeah, I think so, and that's why
Yeah.
we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Earlier you mentioned you're a brother, so you've got a sibling.
I have a sibling from my mom and dad's marriage because he was married twice.
Okay.
I have two older brothers. They're actually, I'm sure they don't mind. They're in their close to 70s from my dad's first marriage. So
Okay.
it's four of us all together.
Okay. The same geographical location, or
No, so my oldest brother is in Georgia, and my second oldest in New York.
okay,
And my brother that I live with my mom and dad, he lives right here in Newport News.
okay.
So he's local.
And so there's siblings present clearly. Well, it's not geographically, but what is that like taking, like kind of distributing the load? Is that doable? Is it fairly equitable? Tell us about that.
I think it's so you got to look at geographically.
Mm-hmm.
So they're here. So the ones that are out of town, their best way to support is probably financially. I mean, that's really more encouraging. Initially, it started out with all of us coming together and seeing what's best. We didn't all necessarily agree with. It started with putting dad into a home. No, my older brothers weren't really for it, but I'm like, you guys aren't here.
You're not here to see what's going on.
And I think it's the stigma of assisted living. And what I would love people to realize too, just because your parent is in assisted living or a loved one, you still have to manage it.
Right.
And I see it so often that families will just leave them there and like, okay, they're fine. They're really not.
So you still have to be very hands-on. Why is that? So give us an example as to why it's important to be hands-on.
To me, for just speaking in my case, dad is incontinent, so his bed may be soiled, and there's been plenty of times where it's been like that, because they're understaffed, so they may go in maybe not every morning, maybe every other morning, and they may not.
So he just has to sit in that.
Yes, and it's a bad combination. So I'm not, discrediting them, but at the same time, because he doesn't allow them to change him. So I've been there when they're like, "Hey,
we're trying,"
and I'm like, I see that, but the bed, I'm checking that. So make sure that it's not wet or infested. And there's been a couple times where it's like it's soiled, and I would address it with them, and they do a really good job correcting it. But I just imagine, what about the ones who are not there?
Yeah.
And they're sitting in, feces and things of that sort. So you have to be cognizant. You have to be present. And they know me. I'm glad they know me.
Yeah.
And that shows them like that I care. But you have to be present. And I've seen it before with my mom, because she took care of my grandfather, her and my dad. And I saw what they did. And they did more than I did, because with them, they brought his clothes home.
Like to wash at the house? Wow.
Because I think it saved them more money. So they're going through soiled garments and things of that sort. My dad was doing it for his father-in-law. So I'm like, that is honorable. So for me to see that, it was like, I saw it.
You saw the example.
I saw the example. And this was back in 2000, between 2005 to 2008. And it was, to me, it was a little easier, I think, for my parents, because they were both retired. And so
got a little extra time.
They had time
to do that.
And I think it kept them young, because it gave my dad purpose.
Yeah.
He didn't have a dad in his life. And I didn't realize when my grandfather passed away, like seeing him cry. I've never seen my dad cry. Wow. He was like a father.
Yeah.
And I never knew that my grandfather was like a father. They would kind of go at it in a playful way, so I'm like, to see him
seeing that side of a vulnerable side of him.
Yeah. So that was something to see. Yeah. So, but like I said, They didn't necessarily agree, my brothers, until they saw, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
We're not here. You guys got to do what's best for dad, and we have to trust you. So, they'll support financially, here and there, but the bulk of it, managing, is
to actually going to the place. And
Now they'll visit, but they only visit here once a year.
yeah.
So that's only, they're kind of just in and out.
And it's not just visiting, it's clearly changing sheets, getting them to take a bath. And then you're going to, based on what you're saying, is you're going to mom and dad's.
Yeah. So I have to go to mom's house right after work, make sure she's good, she's safe. She's have to watch her diet because she loves soul food. She loves to fry everything. Like, you can't fry
everything.
Like, her favorite vegetable is okra. But so she's, in her mind, it's like, well, I'm eating vegetables. I'm like, yeah, but they're fried. So it's not a
Doesn't count, mom.
Right. Like, the okra is black. It's not a vegetable anymore. So trying to get her into, like, steaming things. And, my wife does a really good job. Mm-hmm. She'll send food to her.
That's right, because your wife's a really good cook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good guy gourmet, by the way.
Hey, shout out.
Yes. Anyone wants to know. So that helps
with the dietary portion
piece. Yes. And then it saves mom from cooking, because again, that was an adjustment because it's a remodel house and she's used to a gas stove.
Which, by the way, that house is not beautiful.
Yes.
Like, it's beautiful. I'm gonna see. I think I should still have the footage. I'm gonna see if I can include it on here.
Yes. Yes. That is the one thing I am probably most proud of. That we were just able, not just to do it, but that she was able to come back. And she said the other day, I'm like, well, why didn't you just want to come directly to my house afterward? Why was you so adamant of going back? She's like, I just wanted
home.
Her exact words, she's like, I wanted to see the promised land.
Wow.
I was like, that is wow. She's like, now that I've seen it,
we're good.
I'm good. So, like, now I'm ready to come live with you. I'm like, okay, well,
no, here we go again.
I'm like, okay,
it's been a wild year.
it is. So I'm kind of hesitant on it because I know it's a dynamic of having your mom come stay with you and the adjustment and things of that sort. So I know it's what's best, and it'll alleviate me trying to go there. And
true.
So,
but I can imagine some hesitations being normal because now she's in your living space. Yes. She's at home.
It's her own space.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So, and I'm the type of person that I want her to have a space where it's hers.
It's hers.
So I want to remodel, like, downstairs, because we have stairs, and I'm like, I don't want you upstairs as an 81-year-old woman doing it. She's like, no, I need to exercise. I'm like, that's not the exercise.
Mama feisty.
She really fights it every day. She's telling me, and then her having dementia, she doesn't realize she's saying the same thing over and over. Like,
oh my goodness! So that adds to it.
Yeah. So then she's like, I know you want to rent the house out. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not in a rush to do it without making sure our health.
So she's cognizant of what you may be.
Yeah.
Speaking of, can we talk about the financial implications of all of this? Because I can't imagine this being cheap.
It's not cheap at all. So thankfully, I'll share. It's like the house paid for. They worked hard for it.
Yeah.
Which it means a lot to me to see someone. My parents my dad only has a 5th grade education.
Wow.
Because back then, he was born in 1935. His grandfather, he was raised by his grandparents. So when his grandfather died, I think it was maybe about 10 or 11, he had to get a job. He had to take care of, so I think his first job was, in the farm, things like that. So school was secondary. It was about survival. And then my mom only has a 9th grade education. She's the oldest. Oldest daughter. So she had to caretake for her siblings. So to see what they did with
worked really hard.
Yeah, really hard. And one income, he worked at
those were the days.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's
one income today is rough.
Yeah. Compared to, their mortgage was $225. The house was $30,000. So
doable, I guess.
Yeah. So it was different times back then.
So you've been able to leverage their house to be able to take
Yeah.
care of their expenses.
Yeah. So I just borrowed against it.
Yeah.
It's called a HELOC loan, and you just borrow as needed. So I was using the money to remodel the house as well as keeping mom at the assisted living.
Mhm.
Dad is on Medicaid. So, and with Medicaid, that's a whole nother podcast to say
Okay.
the least.
Okay.
But ideally, I was just trying to keep the house. I was trying to preserve
Yeah.
it. Legacy, wealth
So
building.
that's your childhood.
That's my
Childhood home, wealth building,
Yes.
and it's in a part of town that is not historical, but it's got some history.
Yeah, because when they moved in, they were probably only the second black
Yeah.
family.
That's huge.
And to see what they went through, people didn't want them to buy the house.
Yeah.
They tried to do everything to keep them
Yeah.
in a certain area where we came from. And my dad was, he was like, no, this is the house that I want. And
So it's more than just a house. This is a legacy. This is generational wealth. This is.
Yes. And there's a couple, I think I may have shared it with you. When Daily Press came by, me and my brother were in the yard. When we first moved in, we had a huge storm, historical storm.
Yeah.
I have that clipping. I have me and my brother playing baseball in the front yard. They took another picture. So it's kind of cool. Just it's a lot of memories, a lot of history. It was like the family hangout.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to preserve it as much as I can.
Although it's giving monopoly.
It's definitely giving monopoly. It's definitely because I want to take this one
around the board a couple times.
Yes, I want to
pray you don't lose the property.
Yes. I wait for this 200 so I can pay this property tax.
Yeah.
So it's
a lot.
Yeah. So I figured by renting it out, I can recoup it.
Yes, and still preserve. Keeping the house in the family.
Because now it makes profit.
Yeah.
Because now everything is super expensive.
Yes.
And then the next thing, naturally it'll go to, the family. So I'm just trying to preserve it. And I hate to say it. It's like I'm just trying to buy time. Because I know what's next.
I mean, I commend you for trying.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's trying to preserve the family legacy. I don't think a lot of people would get that.
No, they wouldn't, because ideally, with Medicaid, they say you have to sell. And I've learned so much. There's loopholes.
There's always a loophole.
It's just a matter of, do you want to take the risk
and fight? Are you up for the fight?
Right. So, it wasn't easy. It still isn't easy. So now I have to make provisions and have it rented out. So thankfully, it's already.
And pray the tenants will take care of it.
That's the thing.
Oh, so my goodness.
Because someone mentioned you can sign a 1 year, you can sign a 2 year. I'm like, no, I'm only doing one.
Yeah, one at a time. So you don't know.
You just don't know.
I mean, this year alone, you just mentioned all the things that happened.
Right. So it's like, I need to do month to month.
Hey, well, no. 6 month increments.
The random inspections. Because again, not only am I preserving their house, now I'm preserving the remodeling of their house that we spent money on.
Yeah.
As well.
And it's their asset that you have to advocate for.
Yes.
Even though they have dementia, you're still.
Yes. I'm still advocating for them.
Yeah. Fighting for their best interest.
Yeah. So it's definitely challenging, but I can honestly say if someone else goes through it, I can say, this is what worked for us. And this is some things that I didn't see. I can share my mistakes as well. Yeah. Or the things that it's going to cost you. Because it's going to cost you,
A lot.
So here we are.
So people that are maybe entering that season of life where they have to take care of ailing parents, or where their parents are still fairly young, but eventually we'll get there. What are some of the things would you say, hey, start preparing now in this area?
So a couple of things. If they own a home, get a trust.
Okay.
Because the trust protects the house from, I know this sounds bad, it protects it from Medicaid.
Yeah.
Because when they apply for Medicaid, they only can have, a couple $1,000s in the bank, and they want to know everything.
Wow.
They want to know the assets.
They want to know all your business.
All the business. And you can't just transfer, let's just say like today's date, August 25th, right?
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, I have medication that I'm going to transfer my house to my son. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
Can't do it. So there's a 5-year look back period.
Mm.
But if you already have it, a trust, have it in your kid's name, then the house is protected. So that's one less thing you have to worry about.
So start making your moves now.
I'm telling all my aunts, my uncles,
get it done.
Even people my age. Like you think, okay, you're young, you're fine, but be proactive.
So put the house in a trust.
Put the house in a trust. It costs, but check with a real estate attorney, lawyer, and they can guide you through the steps. But that's number one. Like take care of that. Number 2, declutter. I know it sounds so. It's
mom, dad.
Yeah, declutter. With my parents, they were pet wrecks. They kept everything from my baby bottles to.
I did get to see some of that when I did the.
Yes, you saw everything, and it was. Yeah, I would say definitely declutter some things.
Yeah.
And me sharing this story with my cousins, because now they're in the same predicament. Now their parents are starting to decline, and I'm telling them like, look,
start now.
Yeah, start now. Like start decluttering that stuff, and then I get it because my parents' generation didn't have much.
Yeah, they need it just in case.
Everything just in case.
Yeah.
They have strollers. They have baby bottles. I mean, they have things that's like, what do you have? They're like, well, anybody may come over. I mean, it was.
I don't know, mom and dad are watching this.
Listen, that's something that, and I know it's hard because we have attachment.
Yeah.
But you have to start looking forward to like, do I want my kids
to have to do all that?
Yes, and I think initially we think about wills, and okay, life insurance and this person. I'm talking about just practical things.
Yeah.
Clean out the garage. Clean out. Me and my wife, I think we overall do a pretty decent job. Decent enough where her car is in the garage. Like not many people.
Exactly. Like your car is in your garage is used for what it's intended for.
Yes. Now she will say, and I will admit, there's a lot of things around the car.
But the car fits.
Right.
And you can get out the car?
Exactly. To get in.
Okay.
But like we have a long garage. So there's a lot of stuff that's on this end. But everybody in the neighborhood, I think there's only like maybe 2 people that actually use their garage. Because everybody's garage is filled up. Like they'll hit their garage door and it's just boxes.
It's a storage unit.
It's a storage unit. So when they see mine, it was like, oh my goodness.
You fit your car?
You can fit your car? And I'm like,
yes.
Yeah, that's and part of that is because we try to declutter. And we haven't done it. I haven't done a good job lately because now I have taken on my parents.
Because it's a lot.
That's a lot. So yeah, I have all their papers from 1980s and 90s. And so I have to declutter that and go through that. So it's starting to become a mess.
The things that nobody realized that comes with taking care of parents.
Yeah. So I would say those are
declutter.
Start selling some things, start downsizing. And I know we don't like to use that word. But start downsizing, like start utilizing things that, efficiency. Like if you hadn't used it, I think what they say the rule for clothes, if you hadn't worn it in
year, couple months, depends.
Yeah.
You haven't used it in a minute.
Yeah. Well, my father-in-law, I love him dearly. He will hang on the clothes so we're like, no, this may come back in style. And we're like, but it's not going to look like that when it comes.
And when it comes back. See, I knew it.
Right. And that's see, I knew it. It's like, yeah, but the burgundy now is different than the burgundy back then. It was shiny. It had that.
Yeah.
The butterfly collar. The cut is different. So, but to him, it's like, no, I'm going to hold on to it.
Oh, wow.
So, but I know that's a lot of people's mentality. So I would definitely say
declutter,
the trust, check your insurance, life insurance policy. Because now it's to a point where I started doing the math. They're outpaying what the policy is worth. So I'm like, I need to cash it in put the money into an investment account because
Yeah.
like, why am I constantly paying on something that they're only going to get an X amount of
Yeah.
for anyway? So like, check those things. Very important. Thankfully, my parents are all of
Got
those
that.
things, but it's the life before. Look at investing into assisted living because you can get insurance for that. And I know some people, yeah. So you can have that. So when that comes into play,
So a lot of people are just thinking death. What am I doing for death versus
yes,
you gotta think about those years where your health is declining.
and that's what my parents did. They went straight to death and said, "Hey, everything's taken care of. Just look in this box." But they didn't account for dementia.
those years,
which we have to take care of.
Wow. Okay.
So no one talks about. We don't know.
But that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
We're talking about it.
Yeah. But that's what I would say. That would be probably my top three.
Yeah, I appreciate it because, like I said, I don't hear about this.
I didn't know it either. So people like I'm literally going through it, learning.
Well, yeah.
And I'll be quick to say like I didn't know. I still don't know a lot of things, so I'm figuring it out. But as I know, I'm willing to share with people because I don't want people to go through, the challenges that we had to go through.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
It's very insightful even to me because I show up to the house, which I love calling it P79. It's on 79th Street, so I call it P79. I'm here thinking I'm doing some real estate content because I need the content. Might as well record what you got going on over there.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot, and now it's got me thinking about my own parents who they're still young, but I feel like in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, because dementia happened. It happened overnight.
Yeah,
it's not. Sometimes you could catch it.
Yeah.
But
you just don't know.
You just don't know.
You can just get sick out of nowhere.
Yeah, and that's life.
Yeah.
So that's just something to be aware of. Check for the signs, but I would say be proactive. We were reactive.
Have your affairs in order.
Have your affairs in order. Thankfully, they have their death affairs in order. So I'm thankful for that. But it's almost like they may have to cancel out just to take care of now. But thankfully, they have some resources. So yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I'm just glad that I could help out.
Yeah. But thank you for sharing your story and sharing it with the people as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys resonated with some of the stuff we talked about. Yeah. Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
All right.